Hello and welcome to this week's midweek mini lesson. We are in 2 Timothy 2. We're doing verses 14 to 26. So here we go. It says this. It says, "Remind them of these things and solemnly exhort them in the presence of God not to dispute about words, which is useless and leads to the ruin of your listeners." I think that's already funny. Just don't dispute about words. It's useless. Be diligent to present yourself approved to God as a worker who does not need to be ashamed, accurately handling the word of truth. That's a very, very famous verse. Be Present yourself as an approved worker to God, right? Verse 16, but avoid worldly and empty chatter, for it will lead to further ungodliness, and their talk will spread like gangrene among the Hymenaeus and Philetus men who have gone astray from the truth, claiming that the resurrection has already taken place, and they are jeopardizing the faith of some. Again, this is something that's going on here, where these other sects are influencing the people and saying, "Well, the resurrection already happened, so you guys missed it. This is something else." Very similar to people today. They may say that like the second coming of Jesus has already happened, and we're already in the millennial reign or whatever. Very similar to that. Verse 19. Nevertheless, the firm foundation of God stands, having this seal: the Lord knows those who are his, and everyone who names the name of the Lord is to keep away from wickedness. Now, in a large house, there are not only gold and silver implements, but also implements of wood and of earthenware, and some are for honor, while others are for dishonor. Therefore, if anyone cleanses himself from these things, he will be an implement for honor, sanctified, useful to the master, prepared for every good work. Again, I love the definitiveness of these words: prepared for every good work, not just for some good works, not just prepared for good works, but prepared for every good work. Verse 22. Now flee from youthful lusts and pursue righteousness, faith, love, and peace with all those who call on the Lord from a pure heart. But refuse foolishness and ignorant speculations, knowing that they produce quarrels. The Lord's bondservant must not be quarrelsome, but be kind to all, skillful in teaching, patient when wronged, and with gentleness correcting those who are in opposition, if perhaps God may grant them repentance leading to the knowledge of the truth, and they may come to their senses and escape from the snare of the devil, having been held captive by him to do his will. This whole last section here is so important, especially in our culture today. And it's saying that we have to get rid of our youthful lusts and pursue these things. We have to pursue righteousness, faith, love, and peace. Righteousness, faith, love, and peace. That's what we're to pursue. And then it tells you things to stay away from. And a lot of it is stay away from being quarrelsome. Stay away from arguments. Stay away from being angry in arguments. And it says instead, be kind to all, skillful in teaching, patient when wronged, and with gentleness correcting those who are in opposition. Again, don't argue with people. Correct them when they're wrong. Be patient and be loving. Be kind. And it says, this is why. It says, perhaps God may grant them repentance leading to the knowledge of truth. Perhaps because you're patient, because you're loving, because you're kind, he will grant them repentance and come to the knowledge of what truth is, and that they can come to their senses and escape what the enemy is trying to do to them. Again, if there's anything more poignant to what's going on in our culture today, it's that is a critical aspect to how to talk to people in today's culture. So I hope you enjoyed this week's midweek mini lesson. We're going to be doing 2 Timothy chapter 3 next week, and I'll talk to you then. Bye.